Hello world, this is Santos once again here. Wonderful Stockton, California. Enjoying life, growing. What else is happening in your life? Getting breakthroughs, writing, learning, encouraging ourselves, right? It is Saturday and it is a warm one today. I'm telling you, we're having some beautiful weather out here in Stockton, California. What about where you are? How's your weather? Maybe it's raining, maybe it's a little stormy outside, maybe it's snowing, or maybe it's super, super hot. Question I have for you is, are you grateful? Are you growing through those experiences? You know, I get up in the morning and I tell myself immediately that I'm going to have a super fantastic, terrific, over-the-top day, daily, in spite of and because of. Now, I may not verbally say that, but it's in my mind, along with the affirmations that I repeat to myself every single morning. And I'm really having fun. I'm having fun every single day with my life, and I'm always optimizing. I know if you have caught my wall channel or my channel art on my YouTube, I'm always optimizing. I'm always trying to figure out what, that when you're a brainstormer, that's what happens. You're always thinking, you're always writing, you're always changing. The deeper that you dig inside of yourself, the more that you know. And the smarter that you become. Also, I had a young lady, I don't know if she's that young, she said, wow, you have a lot of wisdom. I believe I have a lot of wisdom that has been given to me. And knowledge alone, if it's not applied, does not become wisdom. They say that knowledge is power. Knowledge is power if it's applied. Would you agree with that? Anyways, I truly hope that you're having you're having some wonderful weather where you're at. I wanted to share in this video, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to keep this video very short. But I want to talk about, I want to touch on two subjects. Loving yourself. When was the last time that you looked in the mirror and said that you loved yourself? You love the person that you see. When was the last time that you looked into the mirror and looked straight into your eyes and said something or a few things that were very encouraging to you? I remember going to this seminar, and in the seminar they were talking about job hunting and branding speeches and so forth, and interviews and stuff like that. And there was a portion of the seminar where they were talking about that before an interview you should get in front of the mirror and motivate yourself, hype yourself up. And that is true, it does work, but it works even better when you're doing it more often, repetitively. So when was the last time? Can you answer that for yourself? Or maybe you have a hard time with that. There's a lot of people that have a very, very difficult time loving themselves or looking into a mirror. I know it was a challenge for me. I never really did that kind of stuff. I thought it was kind of a little goofy. Maybe, I don't know why, but I didn't grow up around successful people, put it that way. It's only been probably within the last few years that I've been rubbing elbows with people, motivators and successful people, and I call them digital coaches. A lot of them are digital coaches because they come through media, through a book, or in person. I've been to seminars. I've spent quite a few $1,000 here and there going to seminars too. But that's very vital that we learn to love ourselves every single day. We learn to appreciate ourselves, because guess what? You spend the most time with yourself anyway, so you might as well learn to love yourself. And again, that is a challenge. I know I often think, what about these people that are disfigured? You know, I've read books and I've met people, even in person, that were very disfigured or they had something terribly wrong with them. And the moment that I began talking to them, I experienced such an energy, such a positive vibration from them. It was really, really kind of mysterious to me, because I didn't think the way that I think today. I didn't think back. But even most recently, you meet people and then there's people that are very hardened. They're very bitter inside. You know, they feel that God has dealt them a horrible card, and we know that there's a lot of injustice in this world. We know that there are a lot of things that go terribly wrong for people, tragedies. And I've had my share as a child too. So, but I'm sure that others have had it worse than I have. But I've come to a place where I've learned to love myself, and I've been taught to give myself permission. And I took that challenge on and I run with it every single day, and it's been a true blessing in my life. A true blessing, because I spend a lot of time by myself. And you know, I have people that help me out here and there, but I'm a very strong person because I built myself up, and I'm not bragging about that, but I spend a lot of time in self-mastery. You know, I spend a lot of time reprogramming myself, and the effects of that reprogramming is very evident in my own life. That doesn't make me any better than anybody else. It doesn't make me a special human being. No, I just choose to do things that are going to challenge me to become my very best every single day, so that I can grow, so that I can be prepared for the trials, the temptations, the tests that you and I are going to face. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about, maybe I'll touch a little bit more on this subject, but I don't want to keep the video long. You know, what do you do when people let you down? People make promises. They say they're going to do this thing for you or the other thing, or they take your money. You know, they say, hey, I'm going to pay you back, and you know, people are going to let us down. People are going to fail us. People are going to misunderstand us. What do you do? You know, the Bible says to be angry, but sin not. Be angry. You know, anger is not a bad thing. You can turn anger into something very positive. Of course, many people use anger in the wrong way because they're not understanding that hypnotic state that they may get themselves into. They're not understanding the programming. They don't understand the subconscious. We're all controlled by something. We want to be controlled. I know I want to be controlled by good patterns of thinking, and that's what we want to work on every single day. We want to build good patterns of thinking so that we're programmed into those patterns, versus being programmed or continually reinforcing bad program that we've had instilled into our subconscious. Let me tell you, the subconscious is a very, very powerful, I call it the seventh reservoir. That's what drives you and I. Our lifestyle is a combination of paradigms or belief systems. You can call it a record that we play in our minds. This needle's on that groove. It goes around and around and around. Or a movie, you know. We're always viewing that same movie over and over. We got to learn to change the channel, or we got to learn to scratch the grooves on that record if we want to go in a different direction. And let me tell you something. The subconscious will hold on to patterns of thoughts. Like, I don't know, how could I describe it? It's like the subconscious puts these belief systems into this big old safe with a combination lock. And you know, we try to break free from some of these habits that we have, and it's almost impossible sometimes. That's why we have to get into the mind. The battle is in the mindset. In fact, there's a verse in the Bible, there's many verses in the Bible that talk about that we should be renewed in the thinking of our minds. And there's another verse, as a man thinketh, so is he. That's part of a verse in the Old Testament. But we are what we eat. We are what we think about. If we don't love ourselves, obviously we've got some detrimental belief systems that are holding us back from that. If we do love ourselves, it's because we've created new paradigms. And it is a process. It's work. It's discipline. That's why a lot of people fail. Most people fail because they don't want to work. They don't want to work at it. You know, it's just like going to the gym and trying to build muscles. You're not going to build muscles unless you get in there and you go every week. And maybe you might have to change your diet a little bit. But there's that word. I don't like it. Fact is, you got to do what you got to do. And we need to learn to forgive people. We need to learn to forgive ourselves. Remember I talked earlier about loving ourselves? We need to learn to forgive ourselves. We need to learn to respect ourselves. We need to learn to hold ourselves accountable for the actions that we should be doing every single day in order to get us to the place where we truly want to be. I'm going to be winding down here in a minute. I want to thank you for staying with me. But part of life, part of living victoriously every single day is learning to love yourself, learning to forgive those, learning to not beat yourself up, learning not to put yourself down. Of course, there's a bunch of other rituals that I talk about I'm not going to get into in this video. We want to focus on loving yourself, and we want to focus on forgiving others that do you wrong. It may not necessarily be something really wrong, but they broke a promise with you. Right? And life goes on. Life goes on. You know, you can pursue certain things up to a certain point. For instance, you meet somebody, you connect with somebody, and they tell you to connect with them, and you do your effort, you make it, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You go on. It wasn't meant to be. You know, that's not going to break you. That's not going to make you. It wasn't meant to be. You go on. You forgive, you forget, you grow. You grow forward. But more importantly, man, that's also part of the process of learning to love yourself. You know, laugh at yourself. Talk to yourself. Encourage yourself. Motivate yourself. Appreciate yourself. Treat yourself with kindness. Work on that daily. It's going to help you get to where you want to be. It's going to help you achieve the goals. It's going to help you achieve the bigger dream in your life. And of course, all of that adds to your inner joy or happiness every single day. We got to dig inside ourselves. We got to investigate, you know. We got to investigate. What is it that we want? Why aren't we getting there? What are we doing to get there? What goals do we need to set? What books do we need to read? What videos? How many times should I watch one video? Or do I need a life coach? Right? I've come to the point where I have my own personal life coach, and I appreciate him. Cephas is he's teaching me the ropes when it comes to blogging and writing, and I'm just scratching the surface, my friend. I really am. I'm going to end here. You got to create your future. You got to get ahead. You got to see yourself and then bring that future into your life. Maybe I'll talk about that more a little bit in another video. You got to have a vision, though, right? You got to have a vision. So please subscribe, like, and share. Comment. Share this micro speech. And I will see you on my very next video at the top, my friend. Peace.